The go live button is now highlighted. The thing says I'm streaming. Okay, let's just roll with it. Today is going to be what I call a systems check. I'm starting this channel officially on the coming Saturday morning in Australia. That's going to be Friday evening for most of you around the world. The channel is called Coding with GPT, and it is exactly what it says on the tin. So we are going to basically do little coding projects, typically starting and finishing in around the 90-minute mark, and we're going to use some software that I have actually developed with GPT-4. This is 𝗦𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗗, a website that I've built that basically helps me store prompts. And what I'm going to try to do today, if things go well and this actual stream works, is I will look into using one of these fun prompts, perhaps two, to make a little project. And the little project that we're going to build today is given away by this topic here, and it's like a Mother's Day greeting card. So we're going to put GPT-4 into a role, and I've got like two tabs full of different roles. By the way, I'm going to use this throughout. You're welcome to go to it. The link is in the description. 𝗦𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗗. You can basically add prompts, type whatever you want. You can delete them. You can modify everything that I said. Basically personalize your collection. Now, if you want to save what you've done, you need to sign in with Google. I'm going to show you that in a minute. But right now, I just kind of want to explore this idea of doing a Mother's Day greeting card with GPT-4 using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now, I'm not an expert in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I am in Python. So, you know, I just have a general idea of how they work. Now, let's try this one. For this chat, respond only in the format of HTML, CSS, and CSS. Shall we say and JavaScript? No, we'll just go HTML and CSS. So we're going to get a static thing first. I'll paste that in here. Dear GPT-4, respond only with the word yes, if you understand. Save and submit. Yes, excellent. Okay, so it is Mother's Day. Can you please create a Mother's Day greeting with HTML and CSS that I can send to my mom? And look at that. I really look forward to like checking that into to my Replit to see what's going on. By the way, this thing says duplicate streaming key. Let me see if I can follow along. YouTube Studio. It'd be pretty funny if I have a couple of viewers. Oh, it says live. It says live. Allegedly I am. That's the image. Video link. Open video in a new tab. Oh, brilliant. All right. Sorry guys, I had to check this. This is called a systems check and nobody was invited precisely for these reasons. Okay, so let's rock and roll. Let's copy this. Mother's Day greeting. It's basically an HTML file. So this website is called Replit. It basically is pretty much the best, how do I put it? The best fast, look at that. That's cute. So it's sort of the best coding prototyping software for coding in your browser that's out there. It's mostly free, so check it out. Dear Mom, your loving care and support have made me who I am today. Thank you for everything you have done and continue to do. You're the best mom in the world. Love. Wow, cute. I'm gonna write my name here. It's very nice. I can hide that window. I can sort of shrink these as much as possible, but there isn't much left to go. My beautiful website, I don't think it collapses that much further with great quality. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go back into this index. I'm going to sign my name. And we're going to try to take it to another level, right? I will start a new chat. Give the AI a brand new role. I had a JavaScript animator here, right? So, and this time, okay, respond only with yes if you understand. Yes. Okay. So right now I'm going to take this little web page we created and I'm going to say, can you please freely modify the code below to add an appropriate animation. This could be something involving a heart or flowers or a symbol of motherhood. The animation should work with JS. Please send in a separate JS, separate HTML, CSS, and JS files. Okay. Rock and roll. So this time it's going to add, well, let's see what it adds. It says a flower symbol. So it's created a script, the JS, which is very, very nice. It's kept the content for the most part, which is good. We've got the CSS in a separate file. And we're going to get a JS. Now, given that, you know, bloody 80% of the internet is constructed using these three languages, or should we say 80% of the visual internet, it might be a very small amount of the actual internet. It's no surprise that GPT-4 really excels at this. No JavaScript needed for this animation, for reals. Okay. So we can animate with CSS only, all right? Keeps it simple. So here we go again. We have completely overwritten the HTML. Now we're gonna have a large CSS file. I'll just paste it in the style.css. We need to check. Aha. It actually says script.js, but doesn't. Styles. Is this called styles? No, it's called style. All right. Can't break the references. Play, pop out, rock and roll. And there's the flower. It's sort of pulsating. It's getting bigger and smaller. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Can you make it more dramatic with a single confetti like bouquet? Like, so confetti, like, should we say, like, with a single confetti explosion when the page is loaded, the confetti should be made of flowers. Again, please respond with HTML, CSS, and JS. Now, the number of lines that we're using is still low enough. It can do about 400 lines in a single context window. Now, what does that mean, context window? That means that once we have more than sort of 400 lines of text and code, it's going to start forgetting what happened at the start of the chat. So that's something that we need to be careful of, right? It might actually be better that we just post all the code that we have and then ask it a question in a brand new chat. That way we ensure a slightly larger context window. But I think we can probably get away with this. So we've got the pulse here, we've got the full, and there is a JavaScript. So we have, oh my God, it's got these symbols of confetti. We've got 100. Math.floor.random, so you got like a random amount of like different types of flowers, but how will they move? Append child. This is interesting. These are style. They're gonna fall, I guess. Are we, what? I'm trying to figure out the motion here. Font size, animation delay. So there's an animation here. Class list, confetti piece, append child. I absolutely times 100 divisible by 10. The animation itself has to be specified. So, yes. Yeah, so there's animation fall to X linear. So the actual JavaScript did not specify the animation. The animation is inside the CSS, which is very interesting. Like, that's not how I would have done it. But again, like, I've written so little CSS in my life that I have no idea what CSS is capable of. So I would underuse CSS. Whereas text CSS, this is going to be style, not styles. Here comes my script. Copy code. And my CSS. Should be fun. All right. There is nothing happening. I was very excited about that. Okay. So look, my guess is there is a broken link to one of the files. So let's, I'll full screen this for the sake of exploration. Let's see. So style.css, that's correct. It's script.js, that seems correct. So what is going on? Shall we... Let's try some stuff. Console.log. Flowers created. All right. Let's run this. And at least see if that JavaScript function runs. So we can press inspect and find the console here. And it does. So the page loads, the JavaScript function runs, it prints this to the console. As far as I understand, that's the style sheet. CSS, style.css, that's there. That has to run. So the script is called, because you can see it in the... so why is it not working? Each piece is a span element. Okay. Let's... This should be the full CSS. I'm going to copy this again. Double check. And then we're going to... yeah, that's identical. Then we're going to have a little bit of troubleshooting exercise. In your code, the confetti are never rendered on the screen. The JS function is called but the JS function is called. Can you please troubleshoot? So earlier is the opacity property. The confetti are being rendered, but they're not visible due to their opacity being set to 0. Really? So who set them to 0? Here's how to, let's correct the CSS, add a bit more randomness to the confetti explosion. Let's take a look at the confetti. Oh yeah, opacity 0. So if we just move the opacity to 1 here, look at that. That is so nice. That is so nice. And now it's done a little bit more for us. So it's actually added a little bit more randomness. You know, GPT-4 felt bad, probably, that it's the same one, identical. And opacity is 1. That was a good guess that that's what it's supposed to be. So let's see the new JS function. I mean, is it any different? I have a feeling it's identical. Oh no, it's simpler. All right. Let's go. Oh, they're spinning. Oh my God. There you go. Look. This has been a very, very short video. I think that, you know, we're going to do a lot more like this, but it gives you a very good taste of what this channel is going to be all about. I just want to, before I go, maybe trial out how you can make a prompt collection. And I've seen a really cool video like called One Prompt to Rule Them All by 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗓𝗡𝗗, so I'm going to play around with that. And I'm going to make sure that I give you the link to this fun Mother's Day greeting card. And actually, I just noticed that some of them disappear from the bottom for a little while, and then the others don't. Okay. I will really send this to my mom. Okay, so what am I doing? I am going to show you how this works. So like, suppose that you want to do your own prompt collection. Now, I'm here in the incognito mode, and I'm going to switch over. I'm going to press this transition thing, because I'm going to press this sign in with Google button. The problem, what I've just realized, is that the sign in with Google button is kind of hidden. I'll have to like move this out of the way. See, the sign in with Google button is right here. And if you sign in with Google, I wonder if I can actually edit the mask on my stream live. This should be interesting. Let's go in with GPT. No, like when it's live, it's live. I can't really mess around with it. All right, so I'm gonna sign in with Google. Trust me, here it is. That's my mouse. I'm pressing sign in with Google. And this privacy screen is stopping you from seeing my email. I'm just gonna click my email. So that's like one of those windows. You just press your email and then you've logged in. Now, this is what it looks like when you have a blank account. My other email accounts have a lot more content, but this one is like completely blank. And I'm going to show you how to add tabs and do stuff. In fact, I'll duplicate this, and the other one I'm going to go to preview. And I'm going to mess around with this one prompt. In your members area, press add tab. That's your tab. You can add a prompt. It's a little, the first bit should be a little bit more intuitive. So, absolute coolest, mind-blowing out of the box GPT prompts. Now, this video, if I'll give you a little bit of context, one prompt to rule them all. If I give you a little bit of context, this video actually was done by a guy called 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗓𝗡𝗗𝗏, who's one of the most popular sort of AI YouTubers. I'll double click that, and I'll call this one prompt. And essentially, it kind of tells you 10 super cool things that you can ask GPT-4 that are going to show off GPT-4's abilities. So that's precisely what we're going to try to do here. We're going to go into GPT-4, and we're going to ask it to generate these 10 prompts. Then we're going to save them in our account. And after that, we're going to try a couple. So, add prompts. This is called fictional dialogue. Ooh. Albert Einstein and Elon Musk on ethics and time travel. That's, wow. That is interesting. I'm just going to place this plain text. And then, see, when we do these properly next week live, you guys are going to be able to give me suggestions in the chat, and we can pick one together. But right now, I will just add prompts. Imagination. That is your creation. And that needs to get pasted here. There's a few things, like as I'm using my own site, there's a few things I need to do, like keep the, it tends to copy the pasted font, which is an interesting default setting, but I will have to set that to my font of choice, advanced technical concepts. All right, I'm not going to necessarily save them all. I'll save the prompt collection. I'll add, maybe save a couple more. No, I'm not going to need a second tab. I need to just add more prompts here. Imagine a world where everyone is unique, superpowered, and only works when they're extremely happy. Wow, that's funny. Can you explain quantum entanglement to a 5-year-old? Yeah, describe events at a diplomatic summit between representatives of all the sentient species in Milky Way. Wow. Take themes from movie Inception, the style of The Great Gatsby, and the setting of Star Wars. Now write a short story. Wow. Historical scenario. If the internet was invented in the 19th century. Interesting. You're an AI ethics committee member. The AI has developed a new unknown function that could potentially revolutionize technology, but also has risks. How do you approach the situation? Interesting. So what are we going to do? Problem solving. You were asked, task designing the city on Mars. What are some of the unique challenges you'd face and how you might address them? All right. I like the problem solving one. But then again, I'm like a space nerd. I'll save that, and then I'll decide which couple to run. If it's stories, I'll take forever to read a story. So let's go, and this is actually interesting. Describe the events of a diplomatic summit between representatives of all the sentient species in the Milky Way. All right, let's hit it. In the grand conference hall of the intergalactic hub, a structure that orbits a peaceful, neutral star, representatives from across the Milky Way have gathered. The whole is a masterpiece of galactic architecture, with walls of shimmering energy and ceiling that projects real-time view of the galaxy. Swirling mass of stars and nebulas swerve as a reminder of what brings them together. The delegates present a diverse mix of beings, with their own unique forms, ways of communication, cultural nuances. There are bipedal human delegates from Earth wearing ceremonial blue and white uniforms, multi-libbed crystalline Xantrians from the star system Xantris Major, and the ethereal telepathic energy beings of the nebula planes. Wow, man, this is pretty nice. The summit is presided over by the current intergalactic chair, a cyborg representative from the advanced machine species of Siliconis V, communicating through a series of intricate light patterns. They begin the proceedings, each flicker translated into the multitude of languages by the attending species. First on the agenda is trade. The unique resources of each star system and the technology and knowledge to harness them are shared and negotiated. The humans offer their advancement in AI and robotics, while the aquatic species of Aquaria share their ability to harness energy from black holes. The Zentrians, known for their advanced bioengineering, proposed exchanges of their crystal-based technology that has profound medical applications. This is pretty good. And there's about 9 more to try, which I'm going to encourage you to do. I'm actually going to put all of these into the public collection. So next time you go to goprompt.io, you're actually going to see these prompts, and you can try them. You can run the one prompt to rule them all again and see some other versions of prompts that can show off the power of GPT-4. So this is going to be all for today. I imagine some people will catch up to this later. Hope you enjoy it. I really look forward to seeing the video audio quality, and I look forward to doing this in front of an audience next week. So Friday evening, most of the world, Saturday morning in Australia. I'll catch you then.